Hi guys, well today is another review of a box set that I've just received today. It's the Superman 5-film collection, all in 4K Ultra HD, and it contains all the films from 1978 to 1987. Okay, so let's have a look at the carding here on this. I had to stop and take it all off. It's all glued on. It's quite tight on the box set itself. So yeah, took a while to take all this cardboard off. I don't think you want to see me filming while I was doing that. But let's get straight to how it looks, eh? So yeah, really nice steelbook. Lovely design. It's got like the Fortress of Solitude design to it, or Planet Krypton. This nice steel tin. So underneath, very cool. So I'm going to go through each film now, tell you what I thought of the picture quality and the sound. I'm not Mr. Expert on these sort of things. I'll just tell you if I think it looked good or how it sounded, and but I can't. I'm not really Mr. Technical. You know, I will tell you if it was a nice grain to it, and it was a nice picture. But the steelbook's really nice on this. Absolutely love this film. It's probably still my favourite superhero movie of all time. He's my favourite superhero, Superman. And I just love this film. I know there's a lot of great superhero films that have been made since this one, but this has a special place in my heart for me. My dad took me to see this when it first came out, and I've loved it ever since. And just the dialogue on this film is so good. I went to see it at the cinema, I think it was last weekend, because it's its 45th anniversary, and the dialogue is so good. The scene with Jor-El saying goodbye to Kal-El as he's about to put him on the little spaceship to leave Krypton to go to Earth. It's so majestic, and I never get tired of watching this film. And the picture quality is great on this. I actually don't have a 4K version of this film, so I've never seen it in 4K before. And the pictures are nice and bright and pop out. The greens, the blues, reds, everything looks fantastic. And I don't think the film's ever looked better. So there you go. Inside you've got Christopher Reeve inside there, and you've got a red and blue disc, red 4K, blue Blu-ray. There's no image behind the discs here. Another thing, when I went to see this film, there was a boy a couple of rows in front of me who was about my age when I went to see it originally, and he absolutely loved it. So that was a nice thing to see as well. He was with his dad enjoying the film, and so, you know, it still stands up today that kids today, even with all the MCU films out there, they'll still enjoy these ones. Okay, so this one has got, I don't know, I don't know what people think of this. I kind of would have preferred them to have done two separate steelbooks, but it is what it is. It's still okay. So you've got the Superman 2 image for the theatrical edition on this side, the spine, and then you've got to go upside down, and you've got the Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut there. Picture quality on this is really good as well. Obviously on the theatrical edition looks really good, nice and clear, crystal picture, clear picture. Got Zod and Ursa there, about to get put into the Phantom Zone. Sound quality on this is good as well as the first one. Where you know, you might think there might be a drastic drop in quality is the Donner cut, and it's not really the case. Even the screen test part, where you see Clark Kent go into Lois Lane's apartment, and he's got dry hair, and then it's all slicked, and then it's dry hair again, and she tests to see if he's Superman by shooting the gun at him. That scene you know, is still good quality picture, and you do see like there's a difference when it goes from that scene to like a theatrical scene, but it still looks really good, and yeah, I think both films look really good. My personal preference out of these two films, I would say I do like the Donner cut the most. But what I normally do is I'll watch the Donner cut up to the fight in Metropolis, and then I'll switch it over to the theatrical edition and watch that. But I'll quite happily watch the theatrical edition all the way through. Still a really good film. So, and my dog, of course, starts barking when I start doing a review because she just waits for me to do that. She loves barking when I'm reviewing. And I'm not going to stop and tell her off. So, I'll just tell her off afterwards. Anyway, so Superman 3. Now, what I liked about Richard Donner, and I think it was a real shame that he was taken off the Superman 2 film, is I think in Superman it's just got the right balance of humor and seriousness. And even though like the villain Lex Luthor has got some quite comedic parts in it, you still take him seriously. It's not too slapstick. It's not like, say, I mean, Thor: Love and Thunder has had a real criticism for being way over the top slapstick, and you know, it's not like that at all in these Superman films here. These two, obviously Richard Lester came in and he added a bit more comedy to it, but it's still there's still just about the right balance in both films. I prefer the balance that Richard Donner has overall, though. Richard Lester directed the whole of this one, so there is a little bit too much comedy in here, and obviously the inclusion of Richard Pryor was he was so popular at the time, and I suppose it made sense then to put him in the film. It's kind of a villain, but you know, you can't dislike Richard Pryor, you know, so didn't quite work. You're always rooting for him, and the bad guy in this is kind of a Lex Luthor wannabe, but it's got some really great scenes in it. Clark Kent versus Superman is just a fantastic scene. It's probably one of the best scenes in the whole of the franchise, and I enjoy Clark Kent going back to Smallville and sort of getting back to his roots of when he was growing up. So yeah, and inside this one we've got Richard Pryor. So nice. So yeah, nice, you know, pictures being used are from the posters. So that's a really nice, you know, it's really nice to have that. I think when I get Steelbooks, I do prefer to have them with the original poster art on them. So here we go, and all of these are really nice and glossy Steelbooks. Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. This one obviously is probably the most disappointing of them all. Still has some fairly good scenes in it. Picture quality, really surprising on this one. These all stand up. I think for my favourites are these two, the theatrical and the Superman. The colours are really nice and lovely on those. Superman, I thought 3 was a bit slightly more subdued in the picture quality. This one actually really pops out as well, and that's quite surprising, really. The film looks really good. That can be a bit of a detriment for this film because the special effects are so ropey. You've got a really good clear screen quality. Those dodgy special effects can look even worse. But you know, this film still has some fairly good moments. It's nice to see Lex Luthor back. Yeah, you know, you got Nuclear Man there fighting with Superman, and there's still, you know, stuff to enjoy there for Superman fans, even though overall the film, you know, is a bit disappointing. So in this one we've got the collection, and there you go. It's a nice steelbook of Action Comics. Bit unusual. I don't think I've ever got a box set collection where all the collectibles are kept in their own steelbook. Personally, I think Superman, the theatrical cut and the Donner cut might have been better being put in there, but you know, split into two steelbooks, but and then just had this stuff somewhere else in the set, but it's still nice. And we've got the Superman image there inside. Did I show you the inside of this one? Don't think I did I? Lex Luthor, Mr. Luthor. So there you go, Gene Hackman. Fantastic. Right, so we've got a lenticular of the bad guys there in the Phantom Zone. It's not a great lenticular, if I'm being honest. Doesn't really have much of a 3D effect. It's a bit the image isn't great. So yeah, a bit of a low effort on that one. We've got this sort of pamphlet thing, and there you go, the original poster art for Superman. Some sort of bubblegum retro look to the pictures here. It's nice though. It's nice, you know, some images. There's Richard Donner. What's really good about the Donner cut is obviously the Jor-El scenes have been put back in. That's nice to see. So there you go. I think the best thing about Christopher Reeve is not only is he a good Superman, he's a great Clark Kent, and I think that you know, needs to get talked about just as much as him being a great Superman. He's an absolutely fantastic Clark Kent, and I don't think we've seen anything quite up to that standard on screen since, you know, I mean, Henry Cavill, fantastic Superman. He's Clark Kent, you know, it's basically, it just felt like Superman not wearing his Superman outfit, but Christopher Reeve kind of made them feel like they were two separate characters. He did a fantastic job with that role. Brandon Routh's a great Superman as well, but once again, yeah, they really need, when they're going to get the new Superman film done, get a guy that can do a great Clark Kent as well as a good Superman. This is a Superman 78 comic that came out. I've already got this. It's a fairly good story. I'm not a huge fan of the fact that they shrunk down Krypton and they all live in this sort of like tiny glass cage or whatever. But overall, it's a fun comic if you don't take it as a canon to the other films. And certificate of authenticity. Nice. So there you go. I'm pretty happy with this set. I think the picture quality is really good on these. It felt to me like it was a pretty good upgrade from what I've got on the Blu-rays. And the only disappointment, I think, is that it didn't include Superman Returns, because, you know, that for me feels like, I know it doesn't have Christopher Reeve in it, but it still feels like part of this franchise of Superman. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with it. I love the tin box display, and I think I'd recommend it to anyone who's a fan of the Christopher Reeve Superman films. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you later.